Hey, what's up guys? It's been a while since I've been on here. I'm gonna give my thoughts on this Bone Thugs show at the Stage Miami that took place on February 26, 2015. This show was a big deal for Miami Bone fans, cause this is the first time we get a 5-man show. That's right, Crazy Lazy Busy Wishing Flesh is in the building. This took place in the same venue we had the Bone show last year, so I already had an idea of what the venue is and what to expect. The venue is a fair-sized venue, but personally I think a Bone show, let alone a 5-man group show, should take place in a bigger venue. Revolution Live, that's located in Fort Lauderdale, is a good example. But I think it's out of Bone's control of what venues they get picked at. Let's start with the promos of the show first. The show was announced in the beginning of the year. Tickets was a good deal. One thing I noticed about Bone shows in Miami, I don't know if it's accurate with shows outside of Miami, but they tend to have multiple names for the show. Let me give you an example. Last year we had the Perfect Timing Tour from Layce, but then there was a hip hop festival show. Huh? Tickets say one thing and Layce says another. That's basically what I mean. In this case, it wasn't a big deal. For the most part, it was called the Tailgate Party, but I noticed some posters called it the E99 Tour, and so on. But like I said, it wasn't a big deal. Regardless, it was a Bone show, right? Later on, close to the show date, tickets were claiming to sold over 500 tickets. I'll be honest, I was kind of skeptical on those numbers. And it's not because Bone can't sell 500 plus tickets. No, I definitely don't doubt that. I'm sure they can. The problem is that I don't think 500 plus people could fit in that venue. The promos claim to have almost sold out tickets. A new batch of tickets will be set available for a higher price. So if you didn't get those tickets by January, you're gonna pay more. With all that said and done, all that was cool, but the only complaint I had was now they announced the meet and greet at the last minute. The day before the show, the meet and greet was announced, and this was a bittersweet feel for fans, especially fans that already bought tickets early. It also caused a huge confusion with fans because some fans were planning on selling their old tickets and buy the meet and greet, which was a huge mistake, by the way. On the day of the show, they alerted and went on details on the site that you need both tickets for 1, to grant entry for the show, and 2, for the meet and greet. I honestly thought it was a horrible way to promote the show since it was the last minute. I would have been cool if they announced the meet and greet since day one. And the biggest problem now is that general admission price went from $20 to all the way to $60. And that's not including the meet and greet. Jeez. Anyways, that's the only negative thing I'll say about the show. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go on to the positive. Doors open at 6. For fans who came early, they got to interact with Kane in position at the venue since they would do sound check at the venue. The show started around 8, I think, and the opening acts were pretty alright. Some more familiar faces from previous shows. One act that is always a welcoming act at Bone shows is Layce. He's been opening for Bone for a good minute at local shows. Check out his album when you get a chance. The physical copies of his albums were available for a week prior release. I'll add an annotation to one of his performances to check them out. Next up, we got the FBG in the building. Position was the DJ from now on for the show. Well, by the way, speaking of FBG, it was my mistake. It was the Duct Tape Gang, and the members that was available was just Locomotion and 50 Cal. They performed a good amount of tracks for their set as well. Then after the Duct Tape Gang, we got Kane. This dude is mad talented. If you haven't heard his album Addiction, it's really worth checking out. I might do a review in the future, who knows. After Kane did his thing, Bone came out. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the main theme of this show, and I believe the whole tour as well, was Bone. All 5 members are performing E1999 Eternal entirely. For the most part, it was the beginning to the last track. I have a playlist of the show, feel free to check it out. I believe the only tracks that they didn't perform was Down 71 and Mr. Ouija. Bone's performance as a 5-man group was history in the making. I'm saying this because we get all 5 members on stage. I'm sorry if I sound repetitive, but that's a big deal. Oh yeah, by the way, we get lots of special guests in the building. We got N.O.R.E, formerly known as Noriega, and Fat Joe. We also got Steve Lobel in the building. So we have a lot of special guests at this venue. Bone saved Crossroads as the last song for their East 99 Eternal playlist. And I gotta say, to hear all members perform their parts without skipping a verse in person is really a beautiful thing to hear. Recording it doesn't do it justice. It's something you have to experience and hear for yourself. After Crossroads, some of the members left the stage and they had a moment where they get chicks on stage to have fun and dance. Because even though the performance was over, doesn't mean the party has to, right? After everything ended, meet and greet was next. And I gotta say this, it's a rare occasion to have a pick or two with all 5 members. Well, I really have 4 picks. On one of them, I'm just looking like I'm derping around. I honestly didn't have much to say to Bone because their presence was pretty much more than enough for me. I just wanted to say what's up and thanks for coming to my town. On a side note, Lazy liked my shirt. It's a reference to one of his songs. After the meet and greet, even though everything ended, most of the members was outside just interacting with some of the fans or just waiting on the ride to be ready to be out. So even if you don't have meet and greet, you still have a chance to chit chat with them outside the venue. This was definitely an experience for all Bone fans to have. Well, minus the negative venue promo I mentioned earlier. You don't want to experience that. But aside from that, this show was pretty good. If Bone is coming to your town, I highly recommend getting your tickets and have an awesome night with the thugs. I think that's all I have for this video. If I keep going, I'm just going to have to keep repeating myself, saying this show was awesome. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys want to see this performance, I'll have an annotation and a link description on the performances. Other than that, if you guys like what you saw, make sure to like by clicking the thumbs up. It's not that hard. Also, to comment and subscribe as well. Peace out, guys, and feel free to show your Bone experience as well. Peace.